Showtime! We continue with semi-final number 2, ladies and gentlemen. We take these against Pepe, my lady. Yeah, we're again on Haunted Mines, and this is still the North American tournament where we have a map pool of 3 maps. Haunted Mines, Warhead Junction, and Blackheart's Bay. And this time in our best of 3 series, we are kicking things off with Haunted Mines. On the left side, got Filth on Cassia, Zenaros on Stukov, Kelsey on Sylvanas, my pal Vince on ETC, and Jay on the Lost Vikings. North American team here going up against Pepe Malady, who are playing today with Wilkie on Johanna, Richu on Diva, Nashir on Vala, Makotzel on Jaina, and Dyla on Anna. So, first thing to note, all of these games are played out on the North American server, which means, as usual, that the European teams and players have a ping disadvantage of 120 to 140. Just as a bit of a side note here. But the tournament was open for everybody that wanted to participate, and so some of the European players and teams decided, hey, we're going to jump in on this and check this one out. And, well, they are starting with a kill against my pal Vince. He's the first one to fall, but in the meantime, Sylvanas has taken, together with Cassia, to the bot lane and has started to take this one out. We have the Vikings again on this map. Obviously, it's a very strong pick on this map. I explained this in the previous semi-final, that if you have the mines opening up and you're going for the first objective, you usually hold the Vikings on the top level and have everybody else jumping into the mines to get those skulls together. So this is something that could happen here too. And we have a bit of a different build now as well, which I kind of like, because in the previous semi-final it was a bit odd to see speccing into Olaf on level 1, but this is more of a proper build here. With explosive attacks on level 1, you could either go for the Viking Bribery or going for the explosive attacks. Both will give you a little bit more push power at the top, and that can really help you to put pressure onto the opponent while the objective is up. Good fight also over the camp, like that too. One of the things that I also should probably point out, that this is not the traditional Pepe My Lady roster, so it's not the full team. They had only 3 of the players around for this one, and one of the issues that they ran into is that they actually didn't have any heroes on the server. So I was told that they had to rely mainly on the rotation heroes and some of the heroes that they were able to get from bundles that they still had, but the hero pool was a bit limited for Pepe My Lady. Again, as I said, this is not really their home server. We had a lot of other players going into the NA server for CCL exhibition matches and other things. Pepe My Lady not necessarily amongst them, at least not all of them, so a little bit more limited than normal what the hero choices are at. Oh, Jaina down already. That's an easy one. And, uh-oh, that could be a follow-up. Vala is down too. They still go for the point. Stukov. And they take the camp. So 2 kills against Pepe My Lady. And we have the camp stolen. Full-on spec into Baylog by now. And also Johanna eliminated. Yeah, as we have at the bot lane now, the Vikings still pressuring this out. And this is really where Baylog shines, alone on the map, having the explosive attacks on level 1, getting the wave clear in, and really just doing some work. And that easily helps him to push this out. And there's enormous pressure now against Pepe My Lady. Now, they are already sitting at the top, trying to do their best here. Dyla with a pew pew pew, but these Sylvanas pushes are kind of crazy. And remember what I actually talked about in semi-final number 1, that if you're drafting a setup with the Vikings, you normally want to have a strong foreman and you want to have some heroes that excel against structures. Or, for example, Sylvanas who can help you to push. And this is exactly what we're seeing. This is a combo that is very popular if you're playing on 3-lane maps, where you go for a 2-lane Viking setup and a 4-man on the 3rd lane. And it's also really popular for the very same reason right here. And that's something that we're going to see a little bit more. So let's have a bit of a setup here. At this point, we got already our pressure for objective from the red team, but the blue team has completely forgotten this. They're not going for this at all right now. And this is something that led to Haunted Mines disappearing from the actual competitive map pool, because you don't ever really have to go for this particular for the objective if you are actually playing this right. Vikings are dying as they're getting chased here, but look at the value that We Take These is currently getting here. They get mad damage against the setup here at the bottom, and they're doing some solid work. Chasing Vikings helps them. They are level ahead. They have 3 kills against 1. They stole the camp away from their opponent. They're about to take another one. So they're really busy on the map more so than anything else. Whereas the red team is just chasing Vikings. 12 stacks for Cassia now too. And yeah, Diva, is Richu going to be in trouble here? He might be, honestly. Yeah, trying to lock him down, and they successfully do that, and the pilot is gonna be toast as well. Yep, goodbye D.Va. Gets crushed, and that opens the bot lane up even further, which of course means that this fort probably is gonna be toast here. So let's see if they can save that in any way, and I suppose the question, yeah, there's no. Yeah, easy kill. No problem at all. Barbed shot on level 7, and also really the full setup into Balog here, with even Balog the Fierce now taken on level 7. So he will dominate lanes. We got the repeating arrow for Vala. She's only at 3 stacks now. Gets a 4th one against ETC here, but already will queue a bit low on his Johanna, so he's got to be careful here. And things are not really looking too great for Paper My Lady. They're really having a bit of trouble at this point. And they're down in kills, they have lost 2 forts, and this entire Sylvanas push setup is really being a little bit of a problem. Now, of course, as you can already tell with the maps that are in the map pool, this is not the most serious tournament that we had in the world. But it's kind of cool to see maps that we usually don't see in the competitive scene. I mean, don't get me wrong, these maps are not played in competitive tournaments for a good reason, but it's kind of nice to mix it up every now and then, and that's what's happening here. As explained in the first semi-final, there is a bit of a prize pool here too. $400 in total, 200 for the number 1 team, 100 for 2nd place, and then 50 bit of pizza money for 3rd and 4th place on top of that. So right now we have 5-2 kills. We have 2 level lead nearly, and we take these. Is taking a big lead here. I mean, nobody is going for the boss at the bottom, as you can tell, and as long as we take these doesn't... I mean, there is no incentive right now for we take these to actually go down and take the boss, because why would they? They are gonna face off against a boss or a golem that is much stronger on the opponent's side anyways, and they have now such a huge lead with even level 10 abilities that all they have to do is push and use Sylvanas as best as they can, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. So we have 2 level advantage, heroic abilities. It's only Balog at the bottom, and he alone is already murdering here, as he's fully spec'd into. Olaf at the top has now fallen. There's more camps up that the team in blue can now take, and they're just controlling the map from start to finish. ETC has a global now also, with a stage dive that he can easily use here. So against Vala, I mean, she might not even go Raid of Vengeance now, but if he goes for Mosh Pit, then there's of course interrupts available from pretty much every single hero on the red team side, so they don't want to do that. But this is... yeah, it's not looking pretty. 19,000 damage for D.Va, who's so far putting some decent numbers in. Vala, not so much. Nashir definitely falling a little bit short of what you would expect here. Has trouble stacking his level 4 too, as I explained earlier. And, well, there's the good old Haunted Mines game. In and out of the mines, using the entrance, but that didn't help Jojo to survive, and now that she's down, the map is opened up even further for the blue team. Of course, they don't have any problems dominating this anyways at this point in time, since they have level 10 abilities, and there are no heroics from Paper My Lady, so what are you gonna do? YOLO in a team fight without having heroics? Probably not. So they just gotta be careful and gotta wait for level 10 to hit, and in the meantime, we have Retake these in full control. They're coming through. Oh, the pancake move against Vala, and the Sheer actually survives. Oh my god. Alright, nicely done. Of course, at this point, here comes the next move as they're starting to come through. Yeah. Quick kill, potentially, against Zenaros. No, ults are in. Is that the moment when they come back? Sylvanas is trying to get the damage connected. Jaina has gotten the ult for mana, so she has a bit more power, but it's not enough. They can't get any kills. Instead, they lose Vala. Finally, ETC goes down, so they get a kill against the front line, but the top lane is pushing, the bot lane is in trouble. D.Va doesn't have the mech right now. Jaina is low, and ooh, there's the level 30 now as well. Going into the Nordic attack squad over here. Okay. Full, like, really different builds now for the Vikings that we've seen in both of the games here in the semis. Now, of course, we already know who is waiting in the grand final, but let's see which team is going to make it. The best of 3 series here could, of course, still turn, but for Paper My Lady to win game number 1, they need to step it up. They need to have some really good setups now that they have heroic abilities. And I mean, they have the heroes for it, don't get me wrong. They can have the burst damage on Jaina, especially when she's nano boosted. You can have Vala as a follow-up here. Setups through Water Elemental with the slow, D.Va. trying to isolate a target, and also Jojo with the Blessed Shield. But here comes the Blessed Shield already. They're making a play for Vince again, and ETC is dead. Level 10 abilities. Starting to change this a bit. Okay, there we go. Up at the top, we have another lane push out. By the way, just to remind you, the objective is still not being taken. Objective is still not taken. And of course, the team that has an interest in doing that is Pepe Malady, since they have 70 stacks already, but they sacrifice a lot. And see what happens once they move down? Immediately we have the red team moving down to the bottom of the map and starting to attack the keep. So these plays around the top lane or the top level is exactly what's a huge problem with this map. There goes Vala, she's down. D.Va is still trying to take this at the bottom. That's not working out. Ana is dead. And that, of course, opens this bot lane up even further. We have a big shot from Stukov. And Jaina is all the way in the back. Has to come back here, try and help out. But they are 3 versus 5. They still don't have the level 13 talent. This is just looking absolutely crazy. Good bomb placement, though. Buys a little bit more time, so there's at least that. But now that Jaina is likely to fall, this should be the end of it. They're going for Jojo, too. She loses the shield. Had the trade up for just a moment. Another big shove into the corner. That's the end of the keep, and they are already going for victory, aren't they? They are looking straight up at the corner, saying, alright, this baby belongs to us. Moving in here shouldn't be a problem. It's 3 on the defender side. 10 minutes in, and they're trying to clutch this one. D.Va with the bunny up here, hopping around it. And, well, let's see. There's ETC. Pilot gets stunned. D.Va is down. Shields are gone. And they're going for the big right-click move right here. Stukov is slapping Vala around in the meantime, presenting himself as a target and helping to buy some more time. 3 of the heroes haven't even died yet in the entire game. And that should be it. Yep, even the nano-boosted Jaina can't prevent that from happening. 2 are down, Sylvanas and Stukov. That doesn't change the outcome. Game number 1 goes to We Take These, as Pepe Maladies goes down in flames. Game number 2 in our semifinal, Warhead Junction, as we are heading into the second and potential last game of this one. So let's see if Pepe Malady can bring it back and force map 3. We got Filth on the left side on Falstad, so already locking the global in. My pal Vince on Anubarak, Kelsey on Greymane, Jay on D.Va, and Zenaros is playing Lucio. On the right side of the map, Pepe Malady, the Polish team with Will Q on ETC, Dyla on Deckard Kane, Makotzel on Dehaka, Nashir on Cassia, and Richu is playing Li Ming. Okay, so we got our Cassia set up, we got also Global with Dehaka, and Beetle set up for Anubarak. Apparently not interested in diving for this one. Legion of Beetles on the level 1. And let's see how deep he goes with that Beetle build. If you're gonna see a full commitment to it after the patch or not. Bottom of the map is pretty much, this is more or less the same MO that we've seen previously. So already, as you can see here, the Beetles are soaking some of the shots, and that allows the team to go in and try and take that down. Greymane, 1 hit point on the tower, and he just says like, okay, I'm turning around. If I die, I don't care. I have to take this one. But yeah, Beetle setups were obviously something that was done in the past a whole lot because you wanted to just jump into any kind of structure, spawn a couple of Beetles, and then have an opportunity to do damage with the rest of the heroes in the setup. So that hasn't really changed here too much. And, well, let's see how this is going to work out. We have a global on each side that they could play around with. A bit of easier rotations maybe for the blue team here too. And it's a big map. It's a very, very big map. I mean, this is a map where you have seen in the past a lot of global setups. And generally speaking, I think it was always a map that, when it was still allowed, pretty much nobody outside of a couple of NA teams that wanted to be a bit more on the cheesy side played it. There's a couple of games or maps that were in the competitive map pool where it was more or less a gentleman's agreement that nobody would play them. At least when you looked at the European server, and to a big extent the Korean server as well. And then occasionally you had one of those maps pop up in a North American game, but even that was far and few in between. So right now the prog rock on level 1, gotta get your stacks together here. Camps are taken on both sides now. Top left, top right are currently being exchanged. And after our Haunted Mines victory for We Take These. The question will be how much these bosses are going to be pushed, because you look at the lineup and it's more or less an advantage on boss pressure for We Take These, simply through the fact that they have Greymane, who's going to help them a lot in that. And they have, of course, tools that they can use with D.Va, Cocoon on Anubarak later to control those as well. Not to forget about Falset and the Mighty Gust. And they're already trying to steal something away up at the top here. Yes, and, well, that's it. Nicely done. Camp stolen, so good job by We Take These. They got the 1-0 lead already, and they're opening the first map up with a bit of a bang here. Falling a little bit behind in experience, nothing too crazy. It's mainly because ETC got a bit of more XP at the bot lane. Could push this into level 1, the potion of shielding. So no Ruby in this case. And for the shielding potion instead. And it's time for the Warheads, baby! Yeah, it's time to go straight on at it. 4 Warheads going to be deployed in this first rotation. And let's see how deep they can actually go with this one. Falstad seems to go for the traditional build here. Hammer gains after he went into Wingman. So that should give us Boomerang on level 7. As I said previously, the bigger the map, the more important it is that you go for Boomerang in most cases, as a rule of thumb, so that you get more side lane, wave clear, and can also, of course, stack the level 1 a little bit quicker. And, well, let's see. He gets an easy channel there. Should get it deployed right away. If you time it properly, you can, of course, also hit the minion wave that is incoming. Fawcett, in this case, is trying to take that down at the bottom. Yeah, a little bit too early. Again, does enough damage, but he doesn't catch the minion wave with it. There's still a bit of fighting happening over here, but Paper Malady got at least one of the Warheads in the middle. At the top, they're still fighting it out, and Forster doesn't give a shit. The bird's at the bottom of the map and is just pushing this out. Finally, Liming has said, okay, I got enough, bro. I'm gonna take you down if you go a bit too deep here. Yeah, the old man also with the Warhead right now. Falset flies in. They're trying to get the kill. Bit of damage done. Minion wave escaped it though. And here comes the action for Dyla, and the old man is dead. And Ashia is also getting booped back by Lucio here, and that's a follow-up kill. An easy double for We Take These. Easy claim. Boomerang is now in on false. That's 7. Both teams have the next talent. Wilq might even fall. Had barely any mana left too. So that gives us first of all Liming with Calamity, so a bit more of a whack-a-mole setup for her now as a potential with good resets. By the way, Anubarak has gone into Shed Exoskeleton and the Chitinous Plating over here. So not really fully spec'ing anything. And there's another one. Oh, this might just... Okay, they're stopping the minion wave and that blows it up. Nicely done. This is like full value out of this one. Warheads down and, well, goodbye Fort. First one is gonna fall. So again, a good move from We Take These. They might not be able to get the kills here, but here we go. Objective is now. Well, they have 2 kills. No level 7 yet for D.Va, but now that we have 4 minutes and 50 seconds in, it means 10 seconds for the boss, baby! And that's honestly where the real threat lies in. If you get the boss, then you can do so much work here, and level 10 will change the dynamic one way or another in this game. Falstad and Dehaka are going to be the side laners that will try to get the experience for the team and maybe even push the lanes a little bit further. Dehaka in this case has gone into the tissue regeneration, hero stalk, and the feeding frenzy right there. So trying to go for a couple of additional drags if he can set them up for the team and maybe therefore present a good target for Liming and Cassia to take down. But there's already action in the middle and Wilq gets dropped. That's another kill. That's 3-0 kills now. It's a big move here for We Take These, because that means that they get an early level 10 that they can use to maybe drop another fort. Keep in mind that they opened up walls in the middle and the bot lane already. And my god, Sliga is paying attention and waddles away. That could have been bad, but with level 10 abilities, what do? They move in and go for boss. And at the bottom of the map, counterplay attempt against God Filth. Falset is still sitting tight, and he has Gust. And they're trying to go for boss here. They have to. They're kind of forced to do something about it. Is the rotation going to be there? That's the question. They're taking this one at the top side. Down here at the bottom, Falstad is double-checking what's happening. And actually, they're kind of quick about it. So they might just be able to grab this one and go for the exchange, especially now that they have their own level 10 abilities. Top boss has now been taken, so this one gets pushed. Disintegrate for Liming. Counterplay for the Cocoon, so normally you would see the wave of force, of course. But if you have the noob on the other side, you always go for Disintegrate, since it's a hard counter for it. And got failed. That didn't work out. Oh my god, don't tell me they actually lose this one. No fucking way. Do they really lose the boss? Oh, Cassia, she's down. They go for the next kill, and yep, that's the double. They take it, and the boss is claimed. You are kidding me. Look at this shit. He jumps in. They get the early kill against Liming with the Valkyrie, and now they steal the boss away from them. Ah, my god. They isolate the Haka with the cocoon to go for another kill. Boss at the top lane has already done some severe damage and has walked through the entire gate and towers straight to the core. At the bottom of the map, the fort is down. What a disaster. That's kinda nuts. Yeah. Oh, wow. They lose both bosses. The best thing was honestly that they were trying to get the kill against Falstad, and as he's pulled in, he just turns it around, drops the quick boomerang, and just kills Li Ming pretty much instantly. Now we got some warheads also in the hands of the blue team, which doesn't make the situation any better. Oh, and another kill. 8 kills to 0. Yeah, Pepe, my lady, not really dealing well with the ping situation over here. They told me they had pretty much 150 ping throughout the entire game, and were also not really too happy with the hero situation. But again, they said it was fun for them to play the tournament a bit, but maybe trolled around a bit too much, and they are getting shut down start to finish, as you can tell. We take these exploits, every mistake that they can find. They're showing no mercy here. They're coming in, they're saying like, yep, we are taking this. And they pretty much speedran game number 1 already. Just look at game number 2. We are 8.5 minutes in and they are about to get the first keep. They just dropped it. And, well, for a moment I was thinking that they might even be trying to get some damage onto the core here. But Filth is controlling the map and flies down right away to have some more experience through bot lane pressure and push this in. But, whew, that is a bit bonkers. Yeah, nicely done. Where's the damage actually looking at? We currently have 19,000 for D.Va. And you can actually tell that also from just the siege damage numbers, how Falstad and D.Va are currently running the show here. D.Va as the side laner sitting at 95, nearly 100,000 siege damage. Falstad at 61k. They're going for the the camps the entire time now, taking one after another. And Pepe, my lady, they need to set Li Ming up. They need to make sure that our girl gets a couple of resets here so that Richu can pop off and get some kills in, or they're going to be in trouble. Level 13 talents are going to be ready. That gives us the Illusionist for Li Ming's. That's a huge step, of course. And they really need to bring this back now if they want to have a chance to win that series. If not, I mean, again, you lose this map and you're out. That would still mean that they get a bit of pizza money, but of course they are hoping for more. They're hoping for a grand final position against Feel the Heat. So down at the bottom of the map, there we currently have a 3-man pushing this one out. They're 13, but the blue team is waiting for 16. Why wouldn't they? Them fighting would make very... I don't really think they should look for... Are they looking for a fight? That would make no sense whatsoever. These boys want their 16 talent before they're doing anything here. Unless, of course, they can isolate someone. And talking about isolation, Dehaka is all of a sudden sitting at the bottom and saying, like, guys, I don't feel safe here. I need a safe space. Someone help me. Epicenter is taken. Epic Enter still in play. There's also the Cassia isolation, immediately countered, but she's still isolated. Goodbye. Not even a Disintegrator Richu could help in any way. He burned it down immediately, but it was already too late. Now Richu is dead too, and there's the big boy Gast. Guys, that's a 5-man, isn't it? Now Makotze digs away. He's like, yeah, see ya, boys. I'm out of here. But it doesn't change that the bottom of the map is now getting attacked. They move through the wall, and as I said, they exploit every single mistake. They show no fucking mercy. They are moving in immediately, and that is gonna be game. They're taking it. This is a 2-0 victory for We Take These, and it's a quick one at that. 10 minutes, 11 minutes in, and they are dropping the Polish team and move on to the grand final of this tournament. Yeah, nicely done. Well played. Good job on their part, and a 2-0 win as a reward.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.